Hey there, thank you for joining me for another episode of Total Ramblings. This is probably going to be quite a short one, this. This is something I ordered off of eBay because I like using eBay. And probably next month I will probably try and order another one, not exactly the same, but very similar, and you'll see why in a minute. So this arrived today. I ordered it probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days ago, something like that. Stuff gets around pretty quickly these days, you know, even from the other side of the world. Although this is not from the other side of the world. It's from the other side of the galaxy. Yes. Now, you see, it was squishy, and I thought that it probably had shredded paper inside it. KC Model Kits. KC Model Kits source and sell plastic and die-cast models. Well, that's very good, because this is, in fact, a die-cast model. And I think this one cost me about £47. And there it is. Starfleet Command, United Federation of Planets. Scan me to view this model in augmented reality on iOS. It is, of course, the Star Trek USS Enterprise NCC 1701 in her original pre-refit configuration from Corgi. From Corgi again. Hornby Hobbies official product, because they own Corgi, I believe. Obviously, copyright 2024, CBS. I need to dispose of this box very carefully because, as I say, it is full of paper that I just know, I can tell through my psychic link, it's just begging to go everywhere. Here we go, the USS Enterprise. Now, if this is any good, and I've no reason to assume it won't be, then next month I plan on ordering the refit version of the USS Enterprise NCC 1701. Sometimes it can be very difficult to decide which one looks better. Obviously, as a TOS fan, I have a great amount of affection going back to my earliest childhood of the original USS Enterprise. But the refit just looks absolutely stunning. So, as does, of course, NCC 1701A, which was, of course, make sure that's not in the way, which was, of course, the replacement. So, I'm going to open this up now. And there it is. Inside here, the legendary fleet flagship of the golden age of interstellar discovery. I'm not sure if it was the flagship at the time, actually. The USS Enterprise NCC 1701 served the United Federation of Planets for over 40 years under 3 renowned commanding officers. The first, Captain Robert April, oversaw the construction of the Enterprise and led the ship on its first missions of exploration over a period of 5 years. He was succeeded by Captain Christopher Pike, who commanded the ship for the next 15 years. During this time, several officers who would have long associations with the vessel served among the crew, including the half-human, half-Vulcan science officer Spock. Pike handed command of the Enterprise to Captain James T. Kirk in 2265, 20 years after the ship launched. Despite the age of the Enterprise by this time, it is this 5-year period that is generally regarded as her most famous. Kirk and his crew embarked on a voyage of exploration with a primary mission to seek out new worlds and civilizations. The directive led to visits to over 70 different planets and encounters with more than 60 different species, including over 20 first contacts. Enterprise was also charged with defending Federation territories from aggression, aiding member worlds in crisis, and the support of scientific expeditions operating within her patrol area. At the conclusion of the 5-year mission, Enterprise returned to Earth, where she underwent a dramatic refit to the new Constitution II class specification. I gotta say, if I was Captain Christopher Pike, having commanded this ship for 15 years, and then some new guy comes along and in 5 years beats my record and basically becomes the guy associated with the Enterprise, I might be a little bit annoyed. Anyway, top packaging here. Here is the model. It's quite weighty. So obviously this is a die-cast model. The saucer is metal. I'm not sure about the neck. It might be, but the secondary hull is definitely metal. I think the nacelles are metal as well. But anyway, here we go with the markings at the top here. Visible seam line obviously down the nacelle, and a visible seam line obviously in here and along the bottom, but you know, that can't be helped, right? But there she is from the top, from the side. Lovely, gorgeous detail. There's the sort of phaser photon turret sensor thingy-bob, which is never made entirely clear where the photon torpedoes actually come from. There's the bridge with the turbo lift, suggesting that the bridge must be slanted. I think it's something like 30 degrees to the right or something if that turbo lift matches up with the sets. Impulse engines. We've got these glowing domes on the back here of the engines. We've got the intercooler sections here. Windows here. I always thought as a kid that these were windows. I mean, obviously we know they're not. I guess there must be like maybe a Jeffries tube to get access inside the nacelle, but obviously not when it's running. But I always assumed these were windows, and I always thought it would be cool to live in that bit of the ship, but you obviously can't. The blue bit at the front here, sensor dish, markings underneath. These are supposedly, I think, either loading bays or the landing struts if the Enterprise was to detach the saucer, I believe. Warp ejection core, I think. I could be wrong. Or is it just a cargo bay in this one? I actually don't remember, to be honest. I need to look at my blueprints again. There she is from the front. Hopefully you can see that properly. There she is from the back. Shuttle bay, of course. There she is from the other side. Very, very nice. Very sturdy model. Also in here, we have a stand, which I am having trouble getting out. So we will use tools to do so because I've got fat fingers. It's a plastic stand and a plastic base with the Starfleet Delta. And again, I can't seem to remove this. It's okay. We're only on camera. It's only completely embarrassing for me. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Come on. There we go. That was noisy. Okay. Where'd that base go? There it is. So, it goes in there. It doesn't lock in, so you can take it apart again. Yeah. Smash around and make all the noise you want.
Of course.
And there we go. You can, of course, have this at any angle that you want. Is there anything underneath this plastic? Air. There is air underneath the plastic. It's a nice box, little ribbon there to hold it open. No booklets or leaflets or advertising material or anything really. So let's put that in there, shall we? There we go. Yes, so as I say, I will be admiring this for the next few hours. It'll go alongside my Playmobil Enterprise. And yes, I would like to get the refit as well. Any donations to the channel are gratefully accepted if somebody wants to buy me the refit, but I don't expect anybody to do that. I will be buying it myself. I will probably order it next month. There we go. That is the original Star Trek TOS, the original series, USS Enterprise, as seen during the majority of the show, because of course for the pilot it was slightly different. It had some spikes on the fronts, there were some vents in the bottom. I can never remember which way round. Was it the vents first and then the globes, or the globes first and then the vents? Don't remember. Also, I think that was bigger as well, and I think she might have had a slightly different colour scheme. I don't remember. I'm not an expert. Don't sue me. But yes, there we go. The Enterprise, the classic Enterprise, the one that I grew up with for a long, long time. This was the only Enterprise. I will confess, when Next Generation came along, my initial thought about the Enterprise D was, but I have grown to love it. Not as much as this one, though. She might be small, she might be underpowered compared to the floating hotel that is the Galaxy, but this is my Enterprise. This is the one that I grew up with. And there you go. That's the model there from Corgi. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Total Ramblings. Hopefully I will see you in the next episode, which may or may not be a Lego episode. I've got a few Lego sets backed up here. Please do all the usual YouTubey stuff. Sorry if this lens cap got in the way for a little bit, but I'm not going to cut it. There you go. Right, I'll see you later. Bye.